part I managed to get on eBay has come, so I've got to put this into the machine on this GX-77. This gear had stripped off some of the teeth because this part had seized solid and wouldn't go round. This actually came with this part as well, which goes on there like that. But I rebuilt the one on here and got it all free and moving now, and I've put the mechanism back in here, so you can see this moves up and down, and I repaired the where the spring had snapped off. I don't know why the spring is so strong. It's immensely strong. I don't know, and that's why it snaps off. It when it gets to the top, it presses this micro switch, and obviously to tell it that it's reached the top. But I think it presses it almost too far. But this isn't adjustable. That's locked in there, but it's not adjustable. I'm not sure whether this is supposed to move down when it hits that, stop it bending that. Anyway, there's no adjustment, so it has to be like that. So this is working good. So now I've got to turn it over and fit this, which is going to be really difficult. This is the solenoid that pulls in and releases that cam there, and then it's driven round. Oh, can't really do it with one hand. It goes round. Oh. There it goes. Oops, like that. And there's also another little micro switch there. You have to make sure it opens and closes when it gets to the end. So this goes round one turn until it snaps back in there, and the micro switch opens as well down there. So that's going to be a bit difficult. So that's the next job I've got to do before I can hopefully it's going to work fine. That's the broken teeth on this one, so I've just got to, I think I'll just unscrew the micro switch and the solenoid and screw them onto this plate, so I don't have to resolder any wires. So it's just a matter of doing that. Okay, I've installed the new cam gear wheel onto this plate, screwed the plate back in. You have to make sure when you put it in, that when this is in the rest position, that the loader is either down or up. I've just released the pawl with my finger behind there, and then I can rotate this to make sure it works. So it pulls it up, and the brakes at the top release. Just see them release there, the brakes, and it snaps into the rest position again on the back where it's locked. Then if I release it again, just with my finger around that, it will does another full rotation, and it goes down to the bottom, and you'll see the brakes are applied when it hits the bottom there, just to stop the spools. Okay, so finally that's working. Now I've got to reassemble the rest of this, and this sliding plate and the belt that's got to go on are going to be difficult. Continuing to reassemble, I've put the flywheels in and got the belt round them. Hopefully it's going to work okay. And put this back plate on that holds the flywheels in, and adjust these pressure points which adjust in and out, so that there's no slot backwards and forwards on these, which are of course the capstans, which come out the other side here. So you don't want these flopping in and out. So one each side. You adjust these with a grub screw and then a locking nuts. And this plate in the bottom was very difficult to sort out. It's got a self-tapping screw in the end, which I hope won't come out, and they fit into the switches. With these things fit into switches on the circuit board, so when it moves backwards and forwards, it moves these switches one each side, and it moves the lever in there at the same time. So you've got to get those into the switches, the spigots, and put this in position, put the screws in. And there's this metal plate here too, which had to be unscrewed. I don't even know what it's for. Nothing seems to fix to it. That was very difficult to unscrew and screw back on while this is in place. It seems to be superfluous. I can't actually see anything. It does anything at all. So put these back on. Just got to get the circuit boards back in and make sure the none of this wiring, of course, is rubbing on anything. I can't actually activate this wheel now because I can't get my finger in to release the cam, which is right inside, which you just can't get to with anything. But I'm assuming it's going to work alright. I've put the circuit boards and the back panel back on. The transformer fits in on there, screwing it in, and the power supply fits in there, making sure these wires are not twisted out of shape or pulled out the board. All these wires plug into this board, so make sure they're not pulled out, and careful not to bend these transistors too much, or if you bend them backwards and forwards they'll snap off. And screws there, and inside make sure there's no wires caught, especially this one here. Doesn't get caught under this metal plate, and make sure it clears the wheel that moves down there, otherwise it's going to rub. Some of these other wires are quite taut, but they were taut when I took it apart. Got a lot of screws left over. Hope I'll work out where they all go, and there's none left over at the end. So I'll just check it over. It might be able to operate it now that it's screwed in. I've plugged it in, and it seems to be working. If you watch, with no tape in, it goes to the top, and there's no tape, it comes back down again. Try the others. Fast wind. Fast wind the other way. I think hopefully the fast wind's going to be okay. I hear on these decks that they can be a bit weak on heavy spools, but well, that's pretty good. The only thing that's a bit weird is this switch here, this up and down or lifter switch. When you push it down, it seems to get jammed, and it's very hard to pull it back up again. Okay, this is the up and down loader switch. Up, down. So that's all good. All I need to do is put some tape in it now and see what it sounds like, and also check the fast forward and rewind. Put some tape on it, like that, and just to press this, it should load it up and start running, which it is. Not sure, I don't think there's anything recorded on this. Oh, there's something recorded. Left and right channels. Let's press stop. Press fast forward. Oh, not too bad. Press play. Let's try press play the other way. That's pretty instant, isn't it? Press fast forward the other way. Oh no, it's struggling. They say these things can struggle when it's fully wound. Oh well, it is. It's doing something anyway. I don't know if there's a mod to speed that up, but at least it's working. Press play the other way. Press stop, you can unload it. And then we'll load it back up. Press play. Try this switch. If you push it, this lifter, if you push it in, it works alright. Down, up. Actually, I'm not sure. It's a tape lifter or something. So this wasn't recorded on here, so the left and right channels seem to be a bit different to what each other. So I'll hook it up and see if we can get some sound out of the thing. That winding problem, it's common apparently. I'll see if anyone knows of a fix for it, or I can check to see. It's not the belt slipping, I'm pretty sure. Let's press the seems to be running pretty good. Let's try the other way. Oh no, it's not going to work the other way. Doesn't like it at all. Maybe it's the maybe the brake's not releasing properly. I'll have to have a look into that. Just playing a tape that was recorded on another machine, so the balancing slightly out, but it's working okay. So it's just a matter of doing some recording and me playing on this now, and working out the wind power on the spools.